Francis ended here. What's up? So I wasn't particularly planning to make this video, but instead, I have got some thoughts and ideas that I find them hard to collate and organize them into decently collated expressions. So I'm just gonna talk about things that are currently affecting my life and possibly might as well be affecting your life, and create some sort of a impact onto your future paths, choices, decisions, etc. Yes. So I suppose I can say year 2019 will become a year of profound revelation and perhaps also indoctrination and also discovery and improvement as well as evolution of gigantic scale and degree. After having gone through so much work and some and some amount of agony and struggles, I began to realize that having a team, having having a system or multiple systems, and to provide you with backups, plays a vital role to your success, to your well-being. And I also learned that we must not solely put our faith and hope onto our friends, onto our earthly friendship, onto our worldly possessions and things, because they can all go haywire, and on some occasions they can also bite you in the ass, and in whatever whichever regions of your body, of your soul, which means we can fully trust nothing and no one but Jesus, but God. So, and perhaps ourselves too, since if you have surrendered, or if you have submitted yourself to Jesus, then Jesus will has already rendered your body, your soul, a part of His already, which means putting trust into your, putting absolute and full trust onto yourselves means the same thing as putting your trust, faith and hope onto Jesus. Well, that's my very own interpretation. It may not be absolutely true, because yes, I just have to admit, and I just have to believe that my faith still contains lots of flaws and vulnerabilities. Sometimes I find them quite difficult and impossible to just justify. Though I wish I could find ways to justify my vulnerabilities, my weaknesses, my flaws my faith in Jesus. So yeah, what else? How about we start talking about things that we are planning to do? Sometimes I do get stuck and stranded with something that doesn't quite matter, actually. In fact, such as argument, indecisions, fear, disbelief, and hesitations. I know that means the same thing as the indecisions. Though I still like to point it out. But I guess sometimes hesitations can still differ from indecisions, because you know what, if you do hesitate to do something, if you do find yourself hesitating when it comes to making a crucial decision about your life, or your life patterns, your life patterns, choices, you can choose to disregard it, which means you have executed a choice of indecision, which means you don't decide anything. You just let it be. You just let whatever it's happening. Let whatever that's happening be. Just let it be. Just let whatever that's happening. To develop freely, without utterly without your own intervention. Sometimes I do kind of find it. I also find it very hard to discern and distinguish. Let it be from from compliance with God's will, God's plans. Should we just sit there and do nothing? Which means we just let the entire let the entire concerns, worries, all those worries, all those concerns, all those hesitations, all those mind struggles. We what if we let what if we all try to cast them out, to cast them away, to put them away. If, let's assume, we were to do that, does that mean the same thing as letting God take over completely, or submit your both of your body and your soul completely to God? That's the question I have for you guys tonight to ponder and to think about. Perhaps I will also have I'll also need to get this question clarified if I have some time to spare with pastors at Hillsong Church. Let's assume that I do have some time to spare with them. There's there will be another thing, another item to consider. if they actually have time for me, though they can still choose to get in touch with me, or to get back in touch with me. They they no longer possess the duty to answer to my concerns anyway. So, which leads me to to somewhat doubt, if we should just put our trust onto our our Christian mates, that says Christian brothers and sisters, who also belong to the same circle or inner circle of Jesus, of Jesus's inner circle. Though I have never found any Christian mates of mine who actually stabbed me in the back, most of them, I'd say utterly, most of them are not responding to my messages and requests for more phone calls to exchange our interpretations, thoughts about the Bible, and all those all those sorrows and troubles that tend to occur during our lifetime. Which means I will just have to study the Bible on my own, making more YouTube vids about the interpretations of biblical teachings, scriptures, and some apparent contradictions. I have found intriguing and possibly valuable. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, tomorrow. Yes. Hopefully tomorrow I will. Hopefully tomorrow the laser printer I just ordered on Taobao will reach me on time, so that I can begin making the so that I can begin making my YouTube videos about advanced trip planning to Japan, especially to regional Japan, especially to Hokkaido. So it will be my second time paying my visit to Japan, and apparently and evidently I just have to get nearly super excited, if not absolutely super excited. Though in the meantime I also question. I also never cease to question myself if I could do that without without friends, or without any backups except Jesus himself. So yes. So let's hope the printer can manage to reach me on time tomorrow, so that I can keep up with my motivations, my passion for advanced level of trip planning, and the competence and the ability to make things happen. And I think that also plays a vital role to making changes to our lives, to making continuous, consistent, and constant improvements to our qualities of life. Yes, so yeah. What about my next video? I suppose for my next video I would like to talk about my my own way, not necessarily God's way to to cope with lust, to cope with naturally occurring sex drives or lust. Um, you know, since recently I've also made some I've also written some comments on a video called the M Word, um, published and created by the channel called the View Project, which received lots of debates, a multitude of a multitude of condemnations, perhaps also even accusations. That can sound a bit unsettling, even until now. So let's hope tomorrow can get better. And don't worry about your Sunday boredom, depression, emptiness, because trust me, it will all eventually fade away like the rest. It will not sit there. It will not sit there and keep bothering you, keep bugging you for the rest of your life. Trust me, it will not, because on other occasions, you still have the choice to do something else, to meet with somebody else, to do something else, and to actually kind of enjoy your life. Not just by reading the Bible, not just trying to stretch your extreme length to communicate with God, but just there will be some occasions for you during your lifetime to enjoy peace, to enjoy the absolute peace with yourself, with your inner impulses, thoughts to self-destruct. Though I have quite a though I have had that experiences for a multitude of times. Yet sometimes I do know I managed to to get rid of them for some time, and they they all came back, and then my condition kind of tends to oscillate between two regions of mind state or mental state. But regardless, I won't keep you any longer for tonight's video. So I thank you again for watching and listening. Let's together stay tuned, stay blessed, stay faithful, and stay hopeful, and never ever say anything to yourself that could possibly get yourself stagnated and stranded with Satan's deceptions and this world's deceptions and indoctrinations. So thanks again, and you have a great night or a great day. Cheers. Bye bye.